Welcome or welcome back to Cooking with Frenchie. First things for this little tip 101 on how to cook a steak medium. Please leave your meat outside the fridge at least for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Make sure it gets back to room temperature. It is so important. It really helps with the cooking process and the meat being totally relaxed. Beautiful beef fillet. I'm gonna heat up a little bit of oil first. Make sure it's quite hot. The high heat is very important for this technique. We got my little beef fillet and they're about 4 to 5 centimeters thick. So one is smaller than the other, as you can see. I'm gonna focus on the bigger one. Very important to put that on high heat and about a minute on each side. To create that little crust, as we said, searing, we caramelize the natural sugar or protein of the meat. There you go. Once you have a nice brown color, you turn it around another minute, and I'm going to sear the side of the meat as well. This is to really keep the juices, all the juices of the meat inside it. It's cooked by concentration, really. It brings all the juices in the middle of the meat. Once we're done, we're going to add a little bit of butter, and in this recipe, like my pomme fondant, I had thyme, bit of rosemary, and black garlic. You can use any herbs you like and use any garlic you like, anything. And here I'm going to cook it, infuse all those flavors for a minute, and then with a spoon, I'm just going to blast off. Really spread the butter over my beef again to give a little bit more flavor. So I do 1 minute on one side, 1 minute on the other side. Very important. Let's give a better flavor. There you go, got a little bit more caramelization, which is nice. And also what I do is I season my meat at the end towards my process. I never do it before. Salt has a tendency to extract moisture or juices. When this is done, one thing is very important. You switch off the heat. You put a little bit of aluminum foil just to keep a nice temperature, but we are resting the meat for at least 5 minutes. It's important to do so. Your juice like this goes back on the outskirt of the meat and your entire beef is very juicy. So remember the key points, 1 minute each side, and then you can serve it up. Beautiful little dish. I hope you enjoy and you have a lovely weekend. See you next week for another recipe.